Shinataya, Shinaturia, Shinatira, Shinataya, Shinatiria, Notu, Shinataya, Natu. Welcome, beautiful souls. You are probably going to experience and receive more light language from this channel, from me, from cosmic consciousness, the collective, the higher frequencies and energies, Shinatiria, Nyanta, that are working and co-creating with me and through me. So welcome in the elements, of course, always earth, air, wind, fire, water. We have some beautiful fire codes here. So welcome in the fire codes with this fire horse energy, this triple activation portal energy that, yes, you are still in. You are still in. The Cosmic Consciousness Collective, the CCC. I'm just going to maybe start using CCC. And I wanted to provide some light language, and I'm noticing that my light language is I'm able to sustain it a little longer. I'm able to share those frequencies and energies without it being too tasking on my physical body. Confirmation. So I'm finding that I'm able to share it more in these transmissions, as well as just straight forms of light language activations, transmissions, channelings, all of those frequency and energy code sharing. So if you feel called to, and it's for integration. And again, all videos are timeless. So if you're receiving it around this eclipse portal time, perfect. That's when you're meant to receive it. If you're receiving it down the road, you're going to receive those codes in perfect timing for that now you going through that particular integration process. Because remember, we're always integrating something. Especially if you're here and you are waking up. You are getting activated. You are getting downloads. But you also need to be able to integrate that and ground that in the physical body, as well as grounding those frequencies and energies with Gaia's, because we are here as well to do that, right? We're multi-dimensional, multifaceted beings, and we're not here to do one thing. So you could be doing grid work one day. You could be speaking light language. You could be sharing a transmission. Everything's channeled at some point, especially if you landed here. You are a channel of some form. Whether you realize that or not, maybe this is the first time you're hearing this, and the team is saying it's time for you to share your voice, because your frequency and energy is needed right here, right now. Remember, humans are able to, how do I want to put this? A human is able to activate a human. Okay, so that's why we're used as tools and vessels. That's why we're here to channel information, from one human to another. And you'll know if in resonance if this is meant for you, because you'll feel it in your soul, you'll feel it in your field, and you'll feel it in your heart, and you will listen through the whole thing, or as far as you're meant to listen to. Or you'll feel called to maybe store it away in a folder for a future now self that'll be ready. Not like this present self might not be ready for this conversation, but your future self might. And this is how I have been working over this awakening process for myself personally. I've set folders up in all my social medias for tarot readings or channeled messages, light languages, super conscious podcasts, conversations, things like that. And if I don't feel like in resonance, this is the now time to listen to it, I store it away. And it'll either roll back up in my feed because my team says you need to look at this now. Or what also happens is if there's something I've listened to 3, 4, 5, or 6 months ago, and you'll remember, it'll resonate. There will be resonance to that, and then it rolls up in your feed again, because your team wants you to revisit that, because there's more information, there's more codes, there's more activations, there's more magic and medicine in that message again that you weren't ready for 3 months ago, 6 months ago, but this now present self is ready for that. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we're doing something a little different. It's a very cloudy, rainy day. It's a perfect day for integration. So again, we're talking about integration a little bit today. I want to share some information that came through Courtney and Zero this morning. Just translate, digest in my own way for you to receive. So if you listen to them, this message, some of it might sound very familiar in resonance, but you're going to receive something different from me, translating it through my vessel, through my channel, and my frequency and energy for you. So get a little bit of extra magic there. And 444. So you'll know this message is for you because 444 is going to be significant. 1122, 1144, 717, and just seeing 17s in general. So I saw a 17 all day yesterday. No coincidence, because we know yesterday was February 17th, 2026. But again, my videos are timeless. as all are, even if we don't say that they are, and you will receive them in divine timing. So you're either receiving it today, tomorrow, in the future at some point, but you are receiving it regardless for your highest and best good through divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, and divine wisdom, divine knowledge, and divine remembrance. All right? I'm here to help you remember who you are at your soul level, and however that is channeled through it, with my expression, my thoughts, my opinions, whatever my highest and the team wants to share with you. Okay, so we're doing a cup of coffee. We did things a little different this morning, so I always say change your energy profile up. If you have a specific routine that you do every single day, change it up every week, every few months. So I did a big glass of watermelon juice with greens powder this morning instead of coffee, and I waited to do coffee. Typically on Wednesdays, I might do a workout if I felt good. I'm going to take a sacred bath after having this conversation, this super conscious conversation with you beautiful souls, okay? On this perfect day here in Michigan, it is wet, it is cold, the snow is melting, it's foggy, it's rainy, it's a perfect day for integration. So yesterday, me and the kiddo celebrated the new year. We celebrated the triple portal activation. We celebrated by him taking a rich day from school. We got up, we slept in, we just moved slowly through our day. We went and shared a lunch together. We did a few things together, and we just shared sacred space together throughout the rest of the day. All right, so that's how we celebrated yesterday, celebrating these new beginnings. And it's, that was my choice to create celebration around that, okay? So I want to continue to remind you, you need to love you first and foremost, and more and more and more every day. You are your first priority. You are first, no matter what. This message has been coming up strongly for the past longest time, months and months. You put yourself first. Everything else will fall into place as it's supposed to, perfectly, when you put yourself first. If not, you're going to find out pretty quickly how uncomfortable everything else is going to make you feel. Because we're at the point now where you are going to continue to feel more and more uncomfortable with those things that are not in alignment of your higher self, or in alignment for the highest and best for your highest versions of yourself. That's your soul calling to you. Again, it's no form of punishment. It's just making you more and more aware to pay your attention to where you are not pushing at how do I want to put this? Putting yourself first, making yourself your first priority. And that's what's most important. All right? You're done numbing, chasing, making yourself small. Those are done. Those are the past versions of yourself. We're not looking back. We're moving forward. All right? And if you continue to maybe go back, that's perfect, but that's just because you're still needing to learn a little bit of lessons to move forward. But just understand that you're going to become more and more uncomfortable with people, places, and things, thought, beliefs, patterns, systems, whatever. They're going to make you more and more uncomfortable because that's not in alignment with you anymore. I just love these codes. I love them. And this is a yellow glass candle, so we're bringing in the joy codes today as well. So we're bringing in joy codes, integration codes. All right, and even in these super conscious conversations, I know you're receiving some form of mirror and reflection, activation, healing frequencies and energies, because that's how, whether I realize it or not, that's what you're receiving. And again, you're always receiving whatever you're meant to receive for your highest and best good, through and with divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, divine remembrance. So know that. And right now, it's probably just this gentle reminder, you need to be embodying, you need to integrate, and you need to ground. So yes, we like feeling all the high, the high on our supply, the high, the frequency and energy. My crown is buzzing and itching, and I'm getting goosebumps on my legs. Okay. So yes, I had amazing high activations at the beginning of the month. And then I spent a good week or so and a half integrating. And that looked like fatigue, tired, rest, more salt baths, more grounding, more just stillness, slowness, more journaling. And then I got another little pick-me-up with this right before. Remember, the portal opened 2 weeks before, and it's going to be open for at least 2 weeks after with these other cosmic convergences that are taking place in these next few days as well. you know, with Neptune and going direct in Aries, I believe, don't quote me, and then we're going into a retrograde, which is not a bad thing. It's just more introspection, revisiting whatever needs to be revisited and moved out. But so yeah, so I had like a coupling of a good few days in the beginning, and then integrated, and then again doing a lot of deep meditations leading up to the portal. I did not meditate last night. I was too tired. It was time to integrate, so there was no meditations. But 2 or 3 days before, it's some really powerful activating meditation. So I'm integrating all of those codes, those frequencies, those energies. Had a little more energy yesterday and Monday, and now it's time for an integration day. So when I'm done having this super conscious conversation, I'm going to go get into a salt bath with heavy amounts of salts. I'm going to add some essential oils. I'll probably use like geranium oil or some type of floral oil. I will rest and sweat it out until it's time to go pick the kid up from school. I was guided this morning to change my nutrition. So like I said, I had the watermelon and green powder before instead of the coffee, and the coffee's now. I'll probably have a bowl of watermelon in the bathtub. Yes, I will get my fruit and eat it while I'm in the tub. Why? Because it makes me feel good. There's no reason not to. It's perfect. I'm hydrating and I'm nourishing, and I love eating my fruit while I'm in the bath if I feel called to, instead of waiting to do it afterwards. I do it during, okay? So, thank you for hanging out with me. All right, we're going to just see what's in the journal, what wants to be talked about up until now. And I already talked a little bit about that, sorry. So I've been detoxing my sinuses, my third eye still. Still a little bit of runny nose. All right. So like I said, you'll know this message is for you because I gave you the codes, the 717. You were seeing 17s all day yesterday in some way, shape, or form, or even still, or up till. All right. 1122, 1144. What was the other one, team? I don't know if I wrote it down. I just heard 808. So 808 is also significant, and 218. It is 218, but all right. So if you're a part of the Divinely Aligned Collective, some of this might feel in resonance if you listen to Courtney and Zero's video that I think they posted yesterday. I didn't listen to it last night because I wasn't called to. I was called to listen to and pay my attention somewhere else. So I was called to listen to it this morning. Of course, I never know when I'm listening to a channel message if it's something that I'm going to be journaling and translating in my own frequency and energy. And today was like, all right, I had to stop and just journal. And that's how my highest brings me into the present moment. Instead of like waiting to journal later, I'm like doing stuff and I'm like, oh, I got to stop and journal. Where the past versions of myself would be like, oh no, I'm going to listen to it later. I'll journal it all. No, it's like, write it now. Listen. All right, come back, write it now. So that's significant. 1313 on the timer, as well as another confirmation that this message is for you. So it's time to, eagles are significant because as I'm falling asleep last night, very exhausted, like I said, I didn't meditate. I got an imagery of and one of my power animals is an eagle. We have many eagles in the area. I saw one this morning. I'm like, I know there's a nest somewhere. But I saw my eagle, my power animal, in a nest. And it was almost like me looking up at the eagle, like seeing the eagle in the nest, looking down, taking the higher perspective, as well as me being the eagle, looking down and taking the higher perspective, if that makes sense. So I was like, I am the eagle and the eagle is me, if that makes sense. So eagles are significant for sure. So right before I fell asleep, I had this knowing of this imagery of this eagle in the nest, and it was one eagle, and I thought to myself, well, what are you telling me? What do I need to know? It's just like that higher perspective and just sitting in that nest in that relaxed state. Like usually if I see eagles, they're flying. But this time of year, of course, eagles are laying on the nest with their babies. Like they're hatching or getting ready to hatch new eaglets. But so my eagle, me and my eagle, we were like just sitting and just observing that higher perspective. So looking out and around and expanding. But I also from the looking up. So I had both perspectives. So if that, hopefully that makes sense. Guided to share that. 1444 as another number key code. So you need to be more and more free on that fire horse, on that, you know, if I want to give you an imagery, it's a horse. You could have a saddle or not. I picture myself on bareback, running free on a beach, full bore, on a horse with my arms open and just ready to receive and to be free and to be present. And when you're riding a horse, you have to be present you have to have that connection, that presence connection with that animal, okay? And you're gonna ride free and open, all right? And be present, okay? So you're here to be free, wild, feral, but doing that present, okay? Also, it's riding these waves. So we're just riding these waves. We can't stay high. We have to do the integration and the grounding. All are important, all are sacred, okay? And this is just another gentle reminder that yes, we love feeling the highs, but the more you learn to integrate and ground that in the physical body, the less of a crash it feels. And I used to feel these more so I get more like of a calming integration versus like a crash where I like feel like someone ran me over with a truck. And I don't get me wrong, I've had those moments still over these past months, but it's just continuing to learn to integrate and to ground all of these frequencies, energies that I'm continuing to receive and expand into. All right, you are sacred magic, right? You're a quantum magical medicine. Can you feel your magic? Can you feel your magic? And sometimes if you say, well, shit, no, what's she talking about? I can't feel my magic. Get still enough. And I guarantee if you get still enough and present enough, you're going to feel and see and know your magic. You will, I promise you, okay? So it's time to live in your truth. If you're not already living in your truth, this is your reminder. It is time now more than ever to live in your truth, in your authenticity now, all right? To live here fully embodied, to play and to create and do things that you love, that excite you, expand you, and ignite you, brings joy, happiness, bliss, okay? It's time. The time is now, all right? It's time to be more and more in devotion or in a whole completely new way. Following your desires, following those fires that are inside of you, okay? Following those ignition, that fire inside of you, following the fire inside of you. And it is so much more easier to do that now, right? Because at the beginning of the video, I said you're going to just feel so uncomfortable and you'll get like the icky icks when something doesn't feel in resonance or in alignment with your highest self, okay? With the highest version of you. You are literally, and I've had these moments where you just get like, fuck no, that's ick. Where in the past versions, it might not have felt icky ick. But now, this new self, this new version of you, it's like, fuck no, that's an icky ick. Oh, whether it's a person, it's a place, it's a thought form, it's a belief system, it's a program, it's a space, whatever it is, you're just gonna like, you're gonna get the icky icks from that, okay? All right? You are now here to feel your primal sovereign instincts. You're here to be sovereign and to feel those and to embody and move with those primal instincts, okay? In a whole new way, all right? Feel into your body, feel into your lungs, feel into your heart, your quantum compass. So let's breathe in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, dropping into that 0 point, okay? Feel how different your nervous system feels. Feel that. Be present with that. Take 5 minutes, 10 breaths, whatever. Feel into the presence of how different your nervous system feels, okay? Your unique gift to this world is you. Your uniqueness is a gift. Your uniqueness is a gift, and you are no longer hiding that light or that uniqueness, that unicorn aspect of yourself, okay? You are the gift. Remember that. All right? Also, what came through in the transmission, which again, timelines and predictions, I don't like to do any of that, but I just like to give, so I will write it down and say, oh, cool. I can refer to if something happened. I can say, okay. So 0 did mention between the 17th and the 1st that things are going to be accelerated. All right? Like you're living in a dream. Some of you might already feel like that. Sometimes I feel like that. Okay? You are 5D and beyond. You are 5D and beyond right now. All right? You are here to express and to share your uniqueness to the collective. Whatever way that intuitively lands for you, whether that's art, singing, drawing light language, writing light language, speaking light language, singing light language, sharing super conscious conversations, sharing a walk in nature, whatever that is, you are sharing your unique quantum codes with the collective. You are sharing those codes right now. I am sharing codes out into the frequency, like a ripple effect, like a sonic wave in the best way. All right, and then those that land in this space with me right here, right now, you are receiving those quantum codes. I don't know what codes you're receiving. I just know you are receiving codes. Magic, medicine, healing, activations, reflecting, mirroring, triggering, whatever it is, you are receiving that perfectly for you. And again, when you rewatch something, you're going to receive something completely different. You're going to receive different codes and different activations and all of that. So again, if you are feel called to revisit readings or channeled messages or conversations, I highly recommend it. Don't force it. You'll know. You'll know if that's meant to be re-listened. Okay? You'll know in resonance. The ego and mind is not supposed to understand this. Okay? Remember, the ego and mind is sitting in the back of the station wagon, looking out the back window, enjoying just the view from the back. I love when Spirit gave me this analogy, and now I'm just going to like roll with it. Here's the other thing with that. Oh my gosh, goosebumps. Ever since I started using this analogy, I have seen the old station wagons from like the late 70s and early 80s. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Like that right there is me manifesting station. I mean, there's one here at my apartment complex. I laughed the other day. I'm like, the amount of creativity that you have, the amount of manifestation abilities that you have. So be very mindful of what you're speaking, thinking, writing, say all of it. Be mindful because you are magnificent, magical, powerful magicians, manifestors, okay? So you are here to share your quantum codes, playing, creating, well, like I said, speaking, drawing, creating content, whatever that is, okay? So like if I'm writing light language and I'm guided to share it, I will share it. And now the team wants me to share it. So this is my new journal. So my new journal I started, and usually I'll write things. So take a screenshot of that. And what I've been doing is asking people to feel into the code. The whole code or each specific symbol. And you just can, you don't have to, but you can. And just say, what am I getting out of this code? Okay? What am I getting out of this specific light language code? Okay? I don't know if I have any more here to share. I don't have any written down. So I will share that and I'll say, okay, what do you receive? Because you're going to receive something different from this code than somebody else, because that's how this works. Okay? Creating and playing and having fun with it. Okay? All right. I lost my spot. Did I? Okay. There's a lot that came through. Okay. So it's time to go beyond. Okay, so remember, these codes, these frequencies, and these energies are going beyond the human mind, the ego. Okay, my ring, sorry. So knowing this, whether again you feel it or not, just know that it's bypass. That's the point of it. That's the whole point of it. And you're going to see more and more people light language codes. I know already a few people in my tiny little tribe. A few women are like, I know I'm getting the light language. I can see it. I can translate it. I can speak. But there's still something with the ego that's holding them back. I'm like, just do it. Like if you're doing a sound bath and that's your thing and that's how you're doing it and light language is wanting to come through, do it because you are meant to speak that light language. If you're doing an intuitive reading and light language is wanting to be channeled through, you are meant to channel that through because that person or those people, those souls are ready to receive those codes, those quantum codes that can only come through your channel and through you with your frequency and energy. I hope that makes sense. Okay? So remember, these go beyond the ego and the mind. You don't have to understand this, okay? All right? You can feel it. You'll feel it and you'll resonate with it. It'll feel good. If it doesn't feel good, then you won't listen to it. All right? so much will come through for you when you continue to allow yourself just to be present and to be open and ready to receive. Receiving what you didn't know you were ready to receive. And when I say that, when you're receiving what you didn't know you're ready to receive, it's the ego bypassing the ego mind, right? Because the ego wants to prove into all of this, if I don't have this, then that didn't happen, and that's not true, and all the bullshit. So it's time to just, you're done with all the bullshit and the nonsense, okay? It's taking that radical responsibility for your reality. And I love this when this came through with the art of living. Authenticity, radical responsibility, and trusting the process. Like I've been, like I said this to my partner the other day, I was like, are these people taking radical responsibility for their low vibrational frequency and the way they treated you? Well, no, they didn't. Which is really weird, because yesterday he said that everyone else was taking responsibility. That had no, like, this is the weird thing. Like, all the other people were apologizing for the person's behavior, but that person didn't apologize for their behavior. That makes sense? So that's where you step up and say, it's not okay for you to speak to me or treat me this way. Whether that person feels like they're off in a la-la land, spewing out toxic nonsense, frequency and energy, because they're trying to pull you into this low vibration. Because remember, whatever entities or yuckies or attachments or they're actually trying to attack somebody that has a bright light that those specific things can see. So be mindful of that. That's why I said be very mindful and take that neutral, non-reactive response. But also stand up for, like, it's not okay for you to treat me that way. It's not okay for you to speak to me that way. It's not okay for you to approach me that way. So somebody needed to hear this particular example, because somebody here is still experiencing that to a degree. Even if it's a small degree, somebody still needed to hear that. Okay, so continue to trust like you have never trusted before. Trust in those primal, feral instincts, okay? You are here to live primal, feral, wild, free, and authentic, okay? There are no more cages in your mind, okay? There's no more versions of you you can no longer buy into the belief systems, the thought forms, the bullshit, the nonsense that I speak about a lot. Because it doesn't feel good to you. It feels yucky, icky, yuck, yucky, okay? It doesn't feel good to you. And you'll know. You will know. You'll have a visceral effect, like, I'm gonna vomit. Or you'll just know by like, no, okay? You can't put up or tolerate with it anymore. That's why certain things happen the way they have happened. One, to distract, unfortunately, but it's also to wake up the masses. To get you to realize all of the nefarious, like, dark shit that the human species might not be ready for. And I heard something at the end of a tarot reading yesterday that made me want to vomit. But it felt like in complete resonance. Like, the words that came out of his mouth were like, fuck me, holy hell. Wouldn't surprise me if this is true, because then I go back to the movie Cloud Atlas, getting goosebumps. If you know, you know. Some of you might know, where there's a scene close to the beginning. I am guided to mention this, and it'll hit and resonate and activate however it's meant to. There's a scene, if you've seen Cloud Atlas, go back and rewatch it. That's a movie that's telling you something. Documentary. Parts documentary, watch it, where there's a scene, if you know, you know, where they were basically feeding people. So what happened at the end of this tarot read, when something was mentioned, I'm like, especially with these large chain restaurants, if you're here, you were definitely meant to hear this. Because I had no idea I was going to talk about this. It, like, viscerally made me want to throw the fuck up. And then my team took me back to that scene. So please go watch that. Because there's something in there for you. Whether it's an activation, a remembrance, a trigger, a remembering, whatever it is, okay? I'm just not going to go down the details of everything, but holy hell. Okay. Okay. I'm going to just, I'm going to clear that. Okay. We're going to move on. So you are not going to be able to put up or tolerate any fake frequencies. You know, these frequencies trying to be something that they're not. Okay. You will know in resonance, like I said, through many ways. Okay. You are only here for what is pure and what's true, and you will know, you will feel it, you will be in resonance, okay? You cannot fake frequency. I can't fake this. This is just who I am, and you're getting a now new version, upgraded version every time you sit down and listen to these conversations, listening to my readings, listening to my light language. You're receiving the higher version of myself each and every single time, and I wouldn't even know how to fake it if I wanted to at this point, like. All right, there's no more imposter syndrome. If I allowed my ego to get wrapped up in this, when I start doing this, what video are we on? I didn't even mention that. Video 97, I think, of FreQSpeak. I just said I'm going to do this, and the ego is not going to be involved at all. Now, I'm not going to tell you the ego didn't try to get involved, but I'm like, fuck that. I'm just going to do it, and whatever is presented is presented. Whoever receive is meant to receive, and as perfect and as magical as they were meant to. And I don't care about anything else, because I am guided by my team, by my highest, to be here right now with you. Okay, so thank you. If you're still here listening, this is definitely meant for you. Okay, so we're here to do things that we love. We're here to play and to create and do these things that we're very passionate, that ignite us, excite us, and expand us. Okay. All right, and doing that, you become easier to access. Higher consciousness has easier access to be able to channel through you in whatever way that is set up. It can look many different ways, okay? All right? To play, to create, to channel, whatever it is that you coded yourself, okay? Whether it's speaking or writing art or singing or dancing or having super conscious conversations, podcasts, whatever it is. Just sharing a walk, whatever it is, okay? The light language is not needing to know, or shinito. If you're finding light language wanting to come through, you don't need to know. You don't need to know why you speak it, why you write it. You just share it. You just share it. Because it's beautiful and it's magical, and guess what? It's fun. It's fun. When my humans don't, when my human words don't want to work, I find that speaking light language helps clears my channel. Thank you to Cosmic Consciousness for that. I'm so grateful that gift and ability was remembered and woke up. It's not something, it's something that's innately always been in me, my DNA, my bones, my mitochondria. It's just now, it's been woke up like a sleeping dragon. The sleeping dragon. And last night during activations with JJ, I think it was the golden solar dragon. There was a transmission. So if you watched activations with JJ, go watch her transmission from yesterday. With the transmission from I believe it was inner earth beings and the golden solar dragon. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So remember, you're here to create and play. You're here to give your time, your money, your frequency, and energy you're only here to do them. Put those into things that you love, that excite you, ignite you, expand you, bring joy, happiness, adventure, whatever it is, right? That's what you're here to do. All right. Remember, your most valuable currency is your frequency and energy, straight off the bat, outside of anything monetary. That's why we have been siphoned off of so many years, or some of us have been attacked since birth, because we hold a specific frequency and light that will activate and trigger masses and certain powers that were. Again, everything is placed. We have to have gratitude for everything that everything has gone through, no matter how dark and nefarious, and that's a hard pill to fucking swallow. I get that, but everything has happened for a reason. Right? As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. Hermetic principles. That's what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to have to do a whole completely different video. Go to the Hermetic principles, the universal laws. All right. Go to see what the universal laws are, okay? There are things that will feel more and more aligned. Like I said, you will know if something is in alignment or not, okay? It's not about force or push or fixing or anything. You'll know if it's in alignment, okay? So remember, this is again another example that the more present I became, the faster time sped up and time collapsed. Over this past year, I can't even imagine. Like, it literally went boop. And it's a whole new year. I can't explain that until you've experienced it yourself. But by doing that, it's because I've been living more fully alive, fully present, and fully awake and aware. More and more every day. Now, yes, we all have days we're human. We're having this human experience. But I can't even express how quickly time has passed, how time has collapsed over this entire year. Or I would say year plus some months, for sure. Okay? I'm going to just talk about real quick because, again, I know this is a long video, but they want me to talk real quick on the 7 laws of the universe. So please go look those out, write them down. You know, this is just like a little blip. Law 1, the law of mentalism. Everything is mental. All is mind. The universe is mental. Number 2, the law of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. As without, so within. Okay. Number 3, the law of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves and vibrates. Just depends on the speed and frequency. This is vibrating, this is vibrating. The speed of it is just slower. Okay. Law 4, the law of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has a pair. It has opposites, feminine, masculine, north, south. Good, evil, light, dark. Okay. The laws of rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Everything has tides. All things rise and all things fall. And this is the time of the great fall, but in the best way, like the dark ages, and it's time to rebuild, okay? Number 6, the law of cause and effect. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Like I said, please go to and check these out, read them, embody, and see where that lands in your field, okay? Number 7, the law of gender. Gender is everything. Everything has a masculine and everything has feminine principles. All right. The spiritual implications of these laws, when you embody these laws, you understand these laws, self-mastery, cosmic balance, and empowerment. Okay. In self-mastery, it's the understanding of the laws that give you the keys to mastering your own life by aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with these universal principles that can give you greater harmony, purpose, and peace. Okay? Cosmic balance. All right? So the implication in understanding these cosmic balance, these laws highlight the interconnectedness of everything in existence. Whether we're dealing with personal challenges or feeling disconnected from the world, they remind us that we are part of the larger orderly system. Okay? And the third is empowerment. The law of the universe empowers us to take control of our own fate. By understanding how the universe works, we can use these laws to create more positive, fulfilling outcomes. Wow. Thank you, team. Thank you, highest. Thank you, source. Thank you, universe. Thank you, beautiful souls, beautiful collective that is here hanging out with me, especially here to the end. And if you are, I'm just going to send you some light, love, frequency, magic, and miracle calls. Light love, magic and miracles. Light love, magic and miracles. Until the next time, we will see you soon. Love you. Bye.